diplomatic mission started. My diplomatic mission started March 2023, and being appointed ambassador by His Excellency Dr. Louis George Sin, the Honorable Prime Minister of the State of the African Diaspora. But I would like to take the opportunity to say a few words about SOAD, the State of African Diaspora. In 2003, the heads of the State of the African Union unanimously decided that the African diaspora is the sixth region of the continent. As you may know, there are already 5 regions in Africa: North, South, East, West, and Center. But as of 2003, the African diaspora is regarded as a region in itself, the sixth region of Africa. Later on, the President of the African Union, President Aziz, gave a mandate to Dr. Louis George Tin, a renowned intellectual and the leader of the French Black movement, to give substance to the sixth region. That is why President Aziz invited Dr. Tin to the summit of the African Union that happened in Mauritania. And on July 1st, 2018, 5 years ago, Dr. Tin publicly presented the constitution of the State of the African Diaspora. SOAD was born. The birth of a nation is something rather rare. Most of the time, nations are born after a war or a conflict, like South and North Korea, South and North Sudan, the United States after the Independence War, Algeria, Israel, and others. But our state was born out of a desire of love and fraternity. Our aim is to reinforce Africa through the diaspora and the diaspora through Africa. We have a cabinet led by His Excellency Dr. Louis George Tin, a parliament led by His Excellency Mr. Melvin Brown from Panama, a royal chamber led by Queen Her Excellency ID, and Her Excellency Chief Charumbira. I excuse for not pronouncing the surname, who is also the President of the Parliament of the African Union, and a State Department, where all the ambassadors, including me, sit and work. But what is more important, we are working on action, from culture to agriculture. We build cities, we create hospitals, we work on restitution of African artifacts. We work on everything a state is expected to do. The only difference is that we are a state without borders. In the same way, as you can read online newspapers without paper, you can use online digital photos without paper, you can use digital currencies without metal, and you can work with SOAD, a state without borders. Our Prime Minister lives in France, the Vice Prime Minister is in UK, the second Vice Prime Minister is in Jamaica, the Minister of Investment is in Hong Kong, the Minister of Justice is in Brazil, the Minister of Home Affairs is in Cameroon, our Minister of Defense in the United States, and others. The sixth region includes 350 million inhabitants. Some left Africa 30 or 40 years ago. Others were deported as slaves 3 or 4 centuries ago. All of them are of African descent. The sixth region includes 300, sorry, I've said that already. As you may understand, SOAD is a bridge over the oceans between Africa and the rest of the world. And of course, Malta is also, in a way, a bridge between Africa and Europe. So it makes perfect sense to us to work with the State of African Diaspora. The diplomatic mission is now open to all of you and Africans, diasporas that lives in Malta. You can see our beautiful flag. You can see Africa in the middle. I'm going to ask my wife to help me. Because we need now to explain a bit on the flag. Therefore, okay. As you can see, Africa in the middle, and all the stars representing the 54 states of the continent, which are these. And the migratory birds represent the diaspora. The red ones represent flying away from the continent and represents our past, the ancestors of the African diaspora. and oftentimes in a context of blood and tragedy. The blue birds represents the crossing of the seas and the skies to other lands. The green birds represent time and the lands where the African diaspora sojourned for hundreds of years until now. And like the birds, the diaspora is rising. The gold birds represents the present and the future and signifies the glorious reunification with the motherland. You can see also my office, which will, okay, thank you. Thanks for your help. Which will accommodate my diplomatic mission team made up of professionals within their specialized sectors, thus guaranteeing efficiency, continuity, reliability with their hearts and minds to the African diaspora. We will work on different topics within the selected sectors, which we will know that would be of great assistance to my task as ambassador and also to my executive government. I would like to introduce my mission team to our distinguished guests and also to all our excellencies. Our charge d'affaires, who is Michele Pastorello, he is in Italy right now, and he will be giving his comments at the end of this ceremony. He is responsible for the security, diplomacy, and international affairs. And then I have the attachés. They are Dr. Edward Bonello. He is his sector is business development and infrastructure. Mr. Archibald Humpage, finance, technology, and trading. Ms. Charmaine Montezin, cultural and education. Mr. Nigel Shikluna, who tonight he is very busy giving us. He is on research and innovation. Mr. Martin Mercia, green and global sustainable economy. Mr. Lorenzo Albergo, social and public relations. Ms. Mariam Portanir, tourism internationalization and globalization. Mr. Mark Christian, medical longevity and healthcare. Dr. Jeanette Fiot, reparation, restitution, and restoration. And Mr. Oswald Shikluna, our project administrator. So as I do not want to be too long, I can only say that we will look forward to working with prospective local and foreign entrepreneurs and individuals, looking forward to discuss cooperation agreements on behalf of the executive government and ministers of the state of the African diaspora, and build any partnership that may be relevant to support our common goals. I thank you for being with us to share this experience for the state of the African diaspora in Malta. Thank you.
Thank you. Could everybody give a round of applause,
I would like
please?
we're going to move to that room because we will be having also an address by the Prime Minister. And after there are other interventions. Therefore, if we move over here, because we see it on the screen. It's, His Excellency Prime Minister to give us his comments.
Okay, so yes, do you want me to start?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I would say first that it is a very moving time for all of us to be here and see the inauguration of the diplomatic mission. I can only congratulate Mr. Colero, who's been quite dynamic. You know, he was appointed only a few months ago, and when I see all his achievements, I have impression that he's been with us for years. And that's because he's very active and he has also recruited a beautiful team. And I want also to commend all the people in the team. I have already met you all, and I wish to work with you also individually and with all the ministers. And now it's also a pleasure for me to meet Mrs. Colero. So, hello, good afternoon. Nice to meet you as well. I think you're also part of us, I hope, but you're welcome, of course, yes, to be a part of us. We would be very happy. So I think you said it all, dear ambassador, and it's true that I can see Malta as a kind of boat between Africa and, and Europe, like a bridge. And this is what we do, to build bridges over the seas, over the ocean. So I think it's beautiful. I look forward to coming to the diplomatic mission. I can see the office, the flag, and everything is beautiful. I have no words. So when you have no words, the only thing you have to do is, to look, to hear, and to give the floor to the one who are actually doing something. So I will be very brief. The only thing is bravo, as we say in France.
I don't know whether there the Prime Minister Prime Ministers. They are there, and we will be glad to hear something from them.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you all. My name is Keturah Amwakun, the Vice Prime Minister of the State of the African Diaspora. First of all, may I acknowledge our Prime Minister, my co-Vice Prime Minister, Hugh Johnson. I greet all the kings, queens, and royalties. I greet all the distinguished authorities and officials of Malta, all the officials of SOAD and the greater public, all protocols observed. It is a great honor, privilege, and a milestone that we are here today to witness the launch of a SOAD diplomatic mission in Malta, being the second diplomatic mission in Europe. We are exceedingly grateful to our ambassador, Anthony Colero, and his team of executives for embracing SOAD's vision, its aims and objectives, and bringing this to the people and authorities of Malta. Ambassador Colero has also been dynamic in bringing on board in SOAD truly inspiring and formidable people who have also become ambassadors SOAD, and even further in pioneering business relationships with several Maltese companies in order for SOAD to achieve its objectives and to be a vehicle by which Maltese businesses may have a broader exposure for commerce and trade on the African continent. This new diplomatic mission shall be a beacon to other nations of the strong ties that can be established with an integration of cultures and nations with a view for mutual and beneficial cooperation can come together and achieve positive and measurable results. This is truly outstanding. Bravo and commendations to Ambassador Colero, his diplomatic team, and to all who have made SOAD's vision a manifested reality in Malta by the launch of this magnificent diplomatic mission. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Ambassador Calero, I would just like to, on behalf of my co-vice prime minister, he is currently unable to attend with us at the moment, and he will try and join at his earliest convenience. Thank you.
Audio. Don't see audio. Mr. Calero don't have audio.
If I may pass the mic in the absence of our Vice Prime Minister to our President of the Parliament, Melvin Brown, to make a few words. President Melvin Brown, would you care to make a few words? Thank you. Please,
President, I think you're on mute. Yes.
Thank you very much, Vice Prime Minister Ketura Moko. I'd like to recognize Prime Minister Dr. Louis George Singh, all members of the executive branch, all members of parliament, leaders of parliament, especially vice presidents of parliament that are on the call, ambassadors, guests, ladies and gentlemen. The state of the African diaspora, everything that we have been doing in the past 5 years has been historical. This is a historical event. It's a pleasure. I'm humbled to be here on the call and seeing the opening of this new frontier in terms of diplomacy. I want to send my appreciation to all who have been involved and made this event possible. Again, this is an event of a historic nature, and I congratulate you all for this effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let us also give the floor to the minister in charge of the State Department, Minister Tucker, who, of course, contributed to the establishment of a diplomatic mission, offering the framework by which it can be done according to our policy. Thank you again, Minister.
Good evening, and thank you, Prime Minister. And I'd like to give acknowledgement to our Dr. Louis George Singh, our Prime Minister, to our Vice Prime Minister, Queen Ketura Moko, to our Queen in the Chamber, head of our Royal Chamber, to our great Ambassador Calero, and I have to ask him his wife's name. Behind every great man, there's a greater woman. So I'm so happy to have her, to see his wife there in the launch. I am so impressed and so amazed at all the work that you've done in such a short time. And I want to congratulate you and your staff. We want you to know that as the state minister, I am here to help you and to assist you in any way that I can. The exponential growth and expansion into Africa from the diaspora is becoming immense, and there is a much larger exodus expected in the progressive future. This growth makes it essential that we centralize the creation and function of Pan-African consulates throughout the continent. So we thank you for being the second consulate in Malta, and we will perform the duties of a consulate in every official way. And we hope and pray that you will receive and support this office enthusiastically and as a compliment to your country. We are here for you. Congratulations again. Thank you for your hard work. all protocols observed to all my colleagues and ambassadors, and I applaud the executives of the Malta Diaspora Consulate. Congratulations. Thank you.
What we have is on the side of the affair, he's in Italy, who would like section of features, and because afterwards we have a small party here, so we would like to have that here, but now we'll invite you obviously to come to Malta and the near future. But now the next speaker is our child doctor, Dr. Michele Spasquale.
Ok. Primo Ministro, ministri, ambasciatori, collaboratori, amici e fratelli. Buon pomeriggio a tutti.
Collaborators, distinguished guests.
Sento male.
Ok.
Inizio questo mio discorso con ringraziare il nostro ambasciatore dello Stato della SOAD di Malta, ambasciatore Anthony Colero, per avermi voluto nel suo staff per collaborare ed essere vicino alle esigenze, alle opportunità in riferimento allo stato della diaspora africana.
Malta, for inviting part of the and to assist to see the opportunities for the state of African diaspora.
Ringrazio il Primo Ministro e tutti gli addetti per aver accolto positivamente la mia nomina. L'entusiasmo che metto in questa missione è sentito, è vissuto con grande emozione. Per me, infatti, è un ritorno da quando nel lontano 1996, dove come collaboratore delle organizzazioni non governative ECOSOC, organismo delle Nazioni Unite, conoscevo lo straordinario continente africano e dove, collaborando con imprenditori locali e internazionali, presenziavo e partecipavo a tavoli di lavoro importanti per lo sviluppo e supporto a sostegno dei nostri fratelli africani, con lo scopo di trovare ogni volta le giuste soluzioni a tutti i problemi sociali e umanitari.
The Prime Minister and all the attachés for having positively welcomed my appointment. The enthusiasm I put into this mission is felt and lived with great emotion. For me, in fact, it is my career revival. Since back in 1996, where as a collaborator of the non-governmental organization ECOSOC, a United Nations organization well acquainted on the African continent, where I have also collaborated with local and international entrepreneurs. I attended and participated in development structures to support the needs of our African brothers with the aim, brothers and sisters, with the aim of finding the right solutions to all social and humanitarian problems every time.
Per quelli come noi che oggi abbiamo l'onore di sedere al tavolo di lavoro della SOAD. L'Africa non è stata, non è e non sarà mai un problema, ma una opportunità di condivisione con i nostri fratelli africani e i nostri ideali, i nostri valori e le nostre opportunità.
For those like us, who today have the honor to participate at the SOAD diplomatic mission platform, Africa has not been, is not, and will never be a problem, but an opportunity to share with the African brothers and sisters our ideas, use our opportunity.
I valori del popolo africano sono molto profondi, sono nobili, sono valori nobili nella famiglia, nel lavoro, nell'amicizia, e questi valori profondi e nobili sono gli stessi che la mia famiglia mi ha insegnato, che ho trasmesso ai miei figli, ma che purtroppo oggi nel caotico mondo occidentale sono sempre più volatili e dimenticati.
Values of the African people are very deep and noble. Noble values in families, in work, in friendship. And these deep and noble values are the same ones that my family taught me. And I taught, and that I have passed on to my children, and which unfortunately today, in the chaotic Western world, are increasingly volatile and forgotten.
Per me oggi inizia un periodo importante, perché insieme ai miei colleghi ci impegneremo ogni giorno per dare un contributo e un grande supporto, un supporto pieno di tutta l'energia necessaria affinché SOAD diventi sempre di più una realtà visibile al mondo intero, ancora di più di quanto lo è, con l'impegno di poter riuscire sempre al meglio nella nostra missione. Porgo a voi tutti i miei più sentiti e onorati ringraziamenti per essere con voi.
Today begins an important period because together with my colleagues, we will commit ourselves every day to give a strong contribution and a great and noble support, a support full of all the energy necessary for SOAD to begin more and more reality visible to the whole world, more than it already is, with the commitment to always be able to succeed in our mission at best. I once again offer you all my honor and heartfelt thanks.
Grazie a tutti. Thank you.
Excellencies, I think we have passed through all the speeches that we have. I mean, my last word is that we are committed to this task, me and my colleagues here, and we hope that we will continue even with what has been done already, even all the projects that has been already discussed. But the most important is that we keep SOAD in our hearts. It's not to take it as just a job, but or a task, but we have to do that from our heart and not from our mind. Thank you. From our side, Prime Minister, I mean, that is what we would like to offer tonight. I'm very pleased that I form part of this family, new family, me and my wife, because even my wife now, she's getting involved even in the evenings, now she's getting used to even know our language and what we are discussing as well. and we talk a lot about the African people. Also, this is a new experience for me, but I'm doing it, with great joy and with my team. I'm sure that we will be doing a very great job for the SOAD family.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Calero. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
And Ambassador, perhaps we would like to give a few examples about the topics you're going to work on, you're already working. For example, Zollywood, you are also working on education. Would you like to give more details? Not to go into each of them, but I would like everybody to appreciate the diversity and the great ambition of the projects you're already working on with us. Also the port, for example, with the new Black Star Line. I think you should, I shouldn't be the one speaking about all of that. I would be happy if it was you actually giving a few examples of a diversity of topics you are working on already at the moment.
As you said, Excellency, a very interesting project, which you mentioned already, is the Zollywood, the film industry facility. And we're taking off, obviously, doing it in Zambia. We have over here as well, they came from Italy just for this occasion, who represents the Fixter Corporation. Also, we just after the meeting we had, we discussed again. I know what we will be offering, what services we're giving. This is a project which I'm sure that will bring stability even in a country, because even in Malta, the film industry in Malta is very strong. We very recently just had the Mediterranean Festival. We also, the diplomatic mission will be also offering this project, the Mediterranean Festival. We will try to change it a bit to apply for the African countries, and we will be also presenting this project to Africa. But this project is very interesting, and I'm sure that it will bring also investments into Africa. Another project, I don't know my. Another project that we are working upon, and even those who already discussed with the government, is the smart cities. We have also now started working on all the conditions on the memorandum of understanding as well. We are discussing a lot with each other. Even we will be now joining the film facility. The construction of the facility itself, even with these contractors, local contractors. And then there are other interesting projects which we are working. In the near future, we will be also proposing a very challenging project which goes with the fisheries. In Malta, the fish industry, fish farms, and all the rest that goes with it is again a huge industry. We've got a lot of locals working with this industry. It's huge. It's very huge. It's very productive, even not only for Malta, but even we export also fish to other countries. Therefore, this project as well, we are now working on it so that we can, when time comes, we will pass it on to SOAD again as well. There are a few other projects. Tourism, for example, in the weeks to come, I will be having meetings with the International Social Tourism Organization. This is one of the arms with the European Community. I happen to be there global advisor, and we will be also offering SOAD the possibility to understand better the tourism industry. We will be discussing also all the niche markets, because this is very important for Africa. We're not considering the normal sites visit, but we need also to go into the history of Africa, and that is a niche which we need to promote to operating companies and also to the sector. One sector which is very much very close to my heart is education. We have started already before the SOAD elections. We have started already discussions with the Minister of Education. I will be including SOAD University into an international network of university. This network it's all over the world. In fact, in the coming months, I will be inviting SOAD University to participate in an international conference, UNICART. But besides that, we are now working. I mean, one of my attaché is Charmaine. She has already started working on this project, where we will be trying to get also subsidies even for African students to study, to take courses, degree courses, diploma, vocational courses, with accreditations from Europe, and also involving also Italy. And this also my charge d'affaires, Dr. Michele Pastorello, he is working with the Italian authorities, with IMUR, and with other also investors from Saudi, so that we try to find a way how to support the African people, the African students. They are our future. We believe in that. Even in Malta, we are very, very strong and very active on education. And what we are doing in Malta, I would like to pass that to SOAD families. And therefore, again, I mean, this is another project. I mean, there are other huge projects, which the last one, which we had yesterday, I don't know whether I'm in a position to say what this project is for the time being. I leave that to the Prime Minister. But I think
No, please speak. No, you can speak. You can speak.
Reached our goals within a sector which is very important for the African countries. There are silences, there are other projects. I mean, I will never finish. There are projects in the pipeline, and for sure that in the coming days, coming weeks, we will be, we will be proposing all these projects. And the last thing I would like to say, Prime Minister, is one thing. We need your support. I mean, it's not a case that we over here, I have a team of professionals. We need the support of your government, of your ministers. I mean, we will be dealing now, as you have seen, all the attachés, they have one or two sectors involved with. Therefore, each sector will represent one of your ministers. And I would like, and this promise was already given to me, even last time when you announced, Prime Minister, your cabinet of ministers. I'm going to ask you again, because this is very important for us to move even forward. I need totally your support. We will be not just knocking on your doors, but I think we will be calling each and every minister of SOAD to help us to produce even more. I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Yes, of course, I'm very glad that you had this opportunity to explain and present the diversity of beautiful projects you are working on and you are bringing to SOAD. And I think I was not lying. Now everybody can be impressed as I am already. And of course, it's a commitment of my cabinet to work closely with the different attachés, with your team. And we are happy, and we will make individual or bilateral connections, if I may say. So if you want, for example, the attaché working on restitution and reparation to work with our queen, who is also in charge of this portfolio, yes, that's something that can be easily done. So we will find a proper mechanism. But that's something that has to be achieved. It's very easy. It's exactly what we want because we want to help you, to help us, to help you, to help us.
Prime Minister, give you the cheers. I mean, this is our inauguration for this consulate, and I would like to cheers to our
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations. Beautiful.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Beautiful.
all my colleagues, ambassadors.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ambassador. Congratulations.
Uhuru
Congratulations
Diaspora. Uhuru Africa, as we say.
to all of your staff. Simply beautiful. Thank you all for being a part of SOAD. It's simply marvelous. Congratulations. Just
Good
beautiful.
work.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
So I think you've got congratulations from many countries, from South Africa, from UK, from France, from Jamaica, from many other countries represented here. From Lesotho, I can see Nigeria, and I can see Ecuador, I can see many countries, all of them congratulating you. Yes. South Africa is there. Yes.
Comor.
Como is there.
Yeah.
Congratulations from Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, congratulations. Yes. I think we've got Ecuador, we've got Sierra Leone, yes, we've got Liberia. Excellent. Ghana, of course.
Yes.
Israel as well.
I'm here.
Madagascar.
Madagascar here.
Yes, indeed. Great.
Israel as well.
Israel, welcome Israel. Welcome
Israel.
Ethiopia.
Yes. Yeah.
Ethiopia. Germany.
Ambassador, I would like to know what is the address of the diplomatic mission. I understand it is in Valletta, but where? I know Malta.
Oh.
Our office, our consulate, let's put it this way, it is opposite, it's in Sida, it is opposite of the University of Malta.
I understand. Thank you.
And obviously near the university there is our national hospital, Mater Dei, and yes, that's another project with medical. You will see. We're working on that. That's very good, interesting project on medicine, longevity, and healthcare. We are working on that as well. I mean, well, I can't say because there is the cruise liners as well. Cruise liners and ports and terminals, and therefore that's something that we are thinking of bringing cruise liners into Africa using the African countries, you know. But there are also other projects you will be hearing from us. No problem. Okay. Thanks very much.
And perhaps, Mr. Colero, if it's still possible, would you like to also tell everybody about what happened 2 days ago, the art exhibition, perhaps a few words about it?
Yeah, I mean, this was the second exhibition, art contemporary. In fact, with us here, we got also African natives. I mean, because if they want to join us. Over here, we have also Mr. Bruno and Mr. Joe. These are the organizers of the exhibition. And Mr. Bruno is he's a Nigerian, right? Yeah. And Joseph is a Maltese. I mean, they organized this exhibition in Malta, and we had them, supported them, and participated also in this exhibition. This was not just an art exhibition, but also there was a fashion show, which we sent already few photos to the Prime Minister. Now we will be sending also the the speech that I made yesterday, it was about also, I mentioned the problem with the art crafts, you know, what's happened with all these paintings and what was being stolen from Africa. I mentioned this in my speech. But yesterday, yes, it was an interesting event. This is not going to be the last one. Now we'll be having in the near future a few investors coming from Nigeria. They're coming to Malta. We will be assisting them, we will be helping them, we'll be meeting them to see what they would require. Even if they want to invest, in Africa, in Malta, we will help them to do so. But that's another sector. This is the financial sector, which my attaché on finance will be assisting me, so that will give them the proper advice what to do. Because it's not a case that someone comes to Malta, invest in Malta, open a company in Malta, and that's it. We have to give them the right advice so that they won't be disappointed afterwards. But yes, this exhibition was the second one. We are hoping that in the near future, we will be do another exhibition. Next time, maybe we do it a bit, you know, I mean, we involve more even the government of Malta in this exhibition. They want to come. In fact, I'm not mistaken, on the 20th, the president of Malta, Excellency George Vella, will be visiting the exhibition as well, and we will be also over there to represent also SOAD. Yes, but the culture, you know, the culture, arts, and all, we need to promote more Africa in Malta, and just to give a news for the SOAD government. In the coming week or so, I will be starting coaching, looking for Africans, so that there would be the first Malta-African Friendship Society. And this will be helping also even in twinnings with African countries as well, even involving local councils. Over here, I have already spoken to one of the local councils in Malta. They are very interested to start organizing or thinking or discussing the possibility of twinning to localities, Malta and a locality in Africa. And these are all things that we are working upon. I hope that you know this momentum. That's
Prime Minister, if Ambassador Colero, you have pictures from your exhibition, please share them to the State Department. We would love to see the pictures from yesterday's exposition. Thank you.
And we're preparing everything that will sell the whole package.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I mean, I say beautiful girls. My wife doesn't bother. I just go ahead. But yesterday we had, last time we had two girls. One of the girls, he was, I think, from Zambia. She came to turn in Miss Universe. There is a pageant, Miss Universe Malta, because my wife is also. And she follows the money. And she can turn, they turn the Malta, they participate in this Universe. That's what I think it's well. But yes, nice girl, nice costumes. Thanks to the okay.
So yes, I wanted to congratulate also the artists from Nigeria. I don't know, perhaps they would like to say a few words as well, to comment on what they have done and what they would like perhaps to do also with SOAD Malta. I don't know if that's possible. Mr. Colero, I think you are on mute.
And when I saw the art, I was fascinated with it. I said, to organize a exhibition of Nigeria artists.
Sorry, excuse me. Is it possible if the camera is on the microphone is closer to the speaker?
And maybe we can.
Yes, excuse me. Is it possible to put the microphone closer to the speaker?
Mariam. We're going to show you one of the paintings by one of the Nigerian famous artists, Oswald. Yeah, very, very famous. Very nice.
Mr. Cicluna, you're on mute. If you could unmute your mic so that we can hear the speaker. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
On the 22nd of July, there's going to be some artists coming over from Nigeria to make a grand finale. Yes. Plus, they're invited even some VIPs. Well, look and say.
Well, I have we came to Malta. The idea was to create more visibility for Nigeria, take those visual arts. So I'm luckily part, let's say, by John met Mr. Donald who has been behind everything that we Malta. But I function in Europe and started with Mr. Donald. So the idea actually, like we extend over 20 releases so far, and we tend to exhibit more going forward. The idea is to raise social platform to for more social connections about art, culture, and economic partnership with the European through art and culture. So to mark the end of this exhibition, we have it closing Gala, was with also supporting those like inviting from Nigeria, government of Nigeria, and from Nigeria, that's the get all that now. That way, different connections.
Thank you.
I would like to present my team now. It's very important that you will see on the team. And with us also, I'm very pleased to inform you that we have one of our member of parliament, this parliament, Honorable Brian Palus, is over here. He always asks me, what is what's happening with SOAD? You know, I mean, he's an engineer by profession, but he's a gentleman, he's a good friend. But he's always with me. You know, whatever I organize, obviously I invite also from the government, member of parliament, from the government, but she happened to be a Prime Minister with the Excellencies. And over here, therefore, we have Niger. He's always busy. I have to show you Niger. This is Niger. He is my technical person, you know. Always
Thank you, Nigel. It's thanks to you.
Yes, thank you, Nigel.
Yes, could we keep the microphone close to the speaker each time? Nigel, I don't know if it is you. Is it possible, Nigel, to keep the microphone closer to the speakers?
She is tourism. I know Marian years. I mean,
Nigel, I don't know if you can hear me, but is it possible to just to get closer to the speakers?
She is on global and green and global. He is on market on medical also now we
Yes, I'm sorry, Mr. Colero. We cannot hear anymore.
That's what we can offer. That's what we can.
Je pense qu'il est un peu limité dans sa manœuvre avec
Oui, peut-être.
et le micro.
Oui.
Après, c'est vrai qu'on n'entend rien du tout.
Nigel, the microphone is on mute. Yes, and I don't know if it's possible if the speakers come closer to the microphone when they speak.
So Nigel, there is your microphone is out. Please repeat. Okay, this is open. Okay.
Okay.
No.
So, Mr. Colero, you are the lord, the landlord. So we are just waiting for your instructions. So we'll see. But it's a bit hard for us to hear you because sometimes the microphone.
If you follow your instructions, yes.
No, I mean, you're ready. I mean, now we're going to celebrate this occasion. We have some food. We can show you what we have prepared as well over there with our African friends as well. That's what we. There's nothing else from our side to go on to say. Therefore, I thank you, sir. I'm sure that in coming days we will be make this money over there. In the coming days, yeah. We will be, yeah. I thought I would. I'm sure that in the coming days we will be in touch again, Prime Minister, because we've got some things going on. We need to well. And the coming weeks, I mean, we will be in touch. We will be sending also reports, what we're doing, monthly reports, what we're doing, you know, so that you will know exactly. And besides, obviously, I mean, we will also starting discussing and starting making some work with Pakistan, with Bangladesh, and with Albania. We started that already. We have my friends here that have made these contacts for me. And once we start settling one country after the other, then I will ask the Prime Minister to appoint an ambassador for this country. Therefore, I mean, this is something that we will be using my diplomatic mission to do the same platform even for this country. Therefore, that's all about it. I thank you finally for your support that you joined us. And I have to say it, Guru, how do you say it? Prime Minister,
Uhuru.
Guru.
Yes. We have a special training. Uhuru Africa, Uhuru Diaspora.
Let's say it all of us.
Africa.
Uhuru
Diaspora.
PM.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
PM. Excuse me, PM.
Yes.
Before we go, greetings everyone. Maybe it would be good to inform what does it mean to say Uhuru Africa, Uhuru Diaspora.
Yes,
Thank
could you
you.
translate? Yes, please translate. Vimba, could you translate? Oh, don't leave. We need to make the photo before everybody leaves. So don't go away. We need to make the photo. Can somebody make the photo? Perhaps Queen IG,
Yes.
as usual?
Yes, could everybody put their cameras on, please?
Yes, yes. We don't want to miss that photo.
Talk again, please, Queen
Yes, your
Kandake.
camera. Yes, Vimbai.
Kandake, come and say something, please. I need to.
Dr. Willie, Pauline, Cheryl,
Speak, please.
Danielle.
Sorry, what do you need, Queen IG?
That's it, thank you.
Yes, Clifton Brown, Danielle, Marshall.
I think we have 2 pages, so everybody on the second page.
Yes, Luisa,
Oh,
Linda.
I didn't make the first one yet. Gallery, they are.
So for our brothers and sisters in Malta, the tradition is not to say cheese, but to say queen, because we've got beautiful queens with us.
On page 2, we haven't got.
Yes, Leila, Marshall, Nisbet.
Yes.
Yes, if you can put your camera on. Yes, better. Clifton Brown, Danielle.
King Mushoki, Donette,
Nolucha.
Louisa, Pauline.
Clifton, iPhone.
Ambassador
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Yeah, Cheryl, Rosanna, Linda. Okay, so now let's see. Please. No, Queen, sorry, Queen. 1, 2, 3, Queen.
Can you take a photo of everyone as we usually do?
On page 1, we haven't got Clifton Brown. We have
And Jasmine.
Marshall.
We're just spotlighting everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Got one of Ambassador Khaled. Thank you. This video will be on the website anyway.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Have a nice party.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Blessings from everywhere in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye.